give him one job and he wouldn't do it. I told Nick to bring us into the podcast, and he is feet firmly planted, not budging. Is that still the case, Nick?
Yeah, and do you recall when we talked about this business, the one condition I had, which is I'm not going to be bossed around by you.
Oh, Nick, would you please do the podcast?
So here we are. Podcast number, I don't even know what number this is.
Oh, you screwed it up, Nick. Everyone knows this is podcast number 9.
I don't know. 8 or 9, somewhere.
I don't know. Here, we are just over a month after Speedway Boomerang 1. It was November 17th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we announced 2 days ago Speedway Boomerang 2 for 2019. And it's going to be awesome. We've got everything done and in place and locked in. It's going to be a month earlier this time, which I think will be nicer. It's going to be October 5th, still a Saturday. We're still going to be at Pussers. We're still going to have an awesome after party at Aromas. We're still going to be on the track for 3 laps, including the infield course. But there are some changes, and I think you guys are going to like them.
Yeah, you know, when at the after party for Speedway Boomerang 1, the one question we kept getting was, when's the next rally? And we've not, people have still been asking that the whole month since. When's the next one? When's the next one? And don't fear anyone out there. This isn't going to be our only rally in 2019. We're working on some stuff for Q1, another one for Q2, and some smaller ones in between. But we wanted to make sure we locked this one in again for 2019, just based on the overwhelming response and frankly how awesome it was. I mean, you and I participated in all the stuff as well, John, and it was really, really cool. So there will be more rallies, don't worry. But this time around, man, it's more driving. It's a little less money. It's going to be more cars. It's going to be bigger and better than before.
Yep. It's going to be awesome. So Speedway Boomerang 1, you were part of it. You remember. If you weren't part of it, it was awesome. We went to Pussers, had a quick drivers meeting, got everyone checked in. We had an awesome lunch. We hit the road. We went down to Daytona International Speedway. We took a 90-minute behind-the-scenes tour and saw all the places you don't normally get access to and you get to see. And then we hit the tracks in our own cars for 3 laps. We got to do the NASCAR tri-oval as well as the infield course with all the hairpin turns.
Yep.
Excuse me. Each lap is 3.56 miles. So it was awesome. Everyone had a blast with that. From there, we rallied back to Jacksonville to Aroma's Cigar Lounge. Everyone got a cigar, got some dinner, hung out, had some drinks. We raffled off some kick-ass prizes. And everyone had a good time.
And let me jump in there too and just say, man, the whole rally was awesome, but Aromas did it right. I mean, they really did. They had a fire for us outside. We had access to the VIP lounge. They gave us the free cigars were the house cigars, but dude, they were actually really good. Like it was a really good experience at Aromas. And listen, that was a Saturday night. They were busy, but they still blocked off some area just for us. It was really cool. We had the cars parked out by the roads and people were coming in just asking what's going on. There's a bunch of cool cars out by the road.
Yeah.
But this year, awesome. John, for the Speedway Boomerang 2, we're still going to start at Pussers because that was a great experience. The food was awesome. The parking situation was actually really cool. People parking on either side of the parking lot facing each other.
Yep.
When we leave there though, here's where the change comes. We're not going to do the tour this time at Daytona, but we're going to do the loop, which is a scenic drive. It's about a 35-mile drive down in Ormond Beach, which is really, really popular. And for those listening, this isn't going to be we're doing 100 miles an hour around this loop. This is a scenic drive where you're seeing old Florida, beautiful canopies of trees. You see the intercoastal. It's really awesome.
It's about 35 miles, and it includes parts of A1A, and it is beautiful. It's a very famous scenic drive that's well known. And so we're gonna everyone was all about the driving. I mean, quite literally, when we got to the freaking gas station, which you probably gas up 2-3 times a week if you drive a car like mine, you get to the gas station and guys were smiling ear to ear and laughing their asses off and high-fiving and everything. And it's because we had a blast rallying and driving together down there. So the driving was the fun. So I thought, okay, Daytona was cool And that was really neat to experience that and do that tour and see it. But let's get these guys on the road longer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly what we're doing here. So we're going to leave Pussers. We're going to go a different route than we did the first time. We're not going to give out that route right now for obvious reasons, but we're going to go a different route. Keep everyone grouped together a little more, and for the most part, and then from there we're going to head down to do that loop that we were just talking to you guys about. We're going to get some gas, and then we're going to head to Daytona International Speedway. We're going to tear the track up like we did last time, and then we're going to head back to Aromas, light up those cigars, and we are going to give away some kick-ass prizes, and we're gonna party just like we did the first go around. So this go around, more driving. This go around, lower price. The Speedway Boomerang last year was $175, $179.
I think it was $179. This time around, it's $164.99.
Yep.
And if you sign up right now, we have early bird special for $150.
That's right. Early bird special, first 10 cars only. First 10 cars get in at $150. We also, because a lot of people were adding passengers last year, we comboed of drivers and passengers. So if you add a passenger, it's actually cheaper than paying for them separate and everything. So lower prices, more time on the road and driving. And I think if at all possible, it's going to be even better and more exciting. So that is on sale right now. If you go to genesisrally.com, you can go ahead and snag your spot in the Speedway Boomerang Saturday, October 5th, 2019. It's going to be awesome. Some other stuff real quick. Nick, did you want to jump in?
No, I was just going to say it is going to be awesome. And if you have any questions about how awesome it was, post on our Facebook page and ask someone like Brody or Paula or Tim or anyone who went on the first rally. Ask them how cool it was, and they'll surely fill you in on what the Speedway Boomerang is all about.
Yeah, we had one guy already comment and go, October 5th. Oh, dang, there's a college football game on I'm going to that day. And someone immediately replied to him and said, well, I'll be listening on the radio because my ass is going to be rallying.
Yeah, that was Paula. And, Paula and her husband went on the first one, and immediately when we posted the second one for sale, she's like, I'm in. I have to do this again. I can't miss another one. It's so awesome. So, yep. So make sure you're doing that. And I think where you were going to go was with what you were talking about, John, was another thing on the website that's up for sale is decals.
Yeah. Yep. You guys saw the Genesis Rally car with the badge and the GR and the flags that was done up on the hood and the front quarter panel and down the side, up the doors, Genesis Rally and all that. Those are now available for your car and on sale right now. And all of them are sold separately. So if you decide you want one and not the others, you don't have to buy them all. But the official rally decals, the kits are available. And we've already sold some. People are jumping on top of those as well. So
and they're the same.
Exciting. Those are available. What's up?
They're the same size as the ones you saw on the Genesis Rally car. I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, the badge and flags that was on the hood was 18 by 39.
Something like that. Yeah, it's big.
Genesis Rally for the doors they're 8-inch tall letters by 115 inches long. I mean, they're pretty substantial, which is awesome. Yeah.
They're big and they're quality. They are premium car vinyl. You can get those in matte black. You can get them in white. You can get them in red. So go to genesisrally.com. Message us if you guys have any questions. We've got all that going on. Something else pretty exciting happened, pretty big. And you wouldn't think this is if for those of you listening, I mean, it's exciting for Nick and I, but for those of you listening, you're like, yeah, okay. But Forto coffee shots, those were a freaking hit, man.
They were.
So everyone's heard of 5 Hour Energy and all that. So picture that, same size, like a little shot, but it looks like a freaking fancy Java or a coffee that you would get at a Starbucks or something, like the way it's shaped and the lid and everything. And they're energy shots and they're made with real coffee. They don't taste like coffee. They're coffee. They're real coffee. And so those guys partnered with us and we made sure, because you can't drink alcohol before we put you behind the wheel of your car. So when we were checking people in and people are registering and all that at Pussers, we handed them the rally kit and we had a table full of Forto coffee shots. And so we were like, we'll give you your energy so we can do the car rally and then we'll party our asses off at Aromas. these things were a freaking hit. People were like taking them and come back and grab 2 more and stuff them in their bag. Oh, I'm going to take some home for the kids or for the wife. Oh, my sister's going to love these. And whatever excuse they needed to grab more, people were grabbing more of these. We had one guy, Ronnie, Nick, he didn't fully get okay. All right, I don't want to say that. He either totally missed the concept of it's an energy shot, meaning you only need a little bit, or he totally knew and didn't give a shit.
I think
I'm not sure
one.
which one.
I think he didn't care.
But this guy freaking walked up to us with eyes the size of dinner plates. And he's like, man, those coffee shots are pretty good. They got a lot of energy in them. They really work. We were like, yeah. Holy shit, Ronnie, how many did you have? 6. We were like, no, Ronnie, no more. Stop. So they're strong. They're powerful, and people were loving them. So what's exciting, the reason I bring them up, they're partnering with us again. They are all in. They loved the turnout. They loved the atmosphere. They loved the exposure. And they want to make sure that Forto Coffee Shots are who is behind Genesis Rally, and they're the ones powering all of our rallies moving forward. So plenty more to go around for the next one, and we're working on the next one right now. Nick was kind of teasing that earlier. But the exciting part about it is, for the people like Ronnie that didn't just want the little one, well, they got a big boy coming out. Mm-hmm. It's like a full-size freaking coffee, like the size of a Monster energy drink. I mean, these things are big. So those are coming. I've already got some. I'm swimming in them. They've sent them to me, and I've given some out, and people like them, man. We did, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We did wreaths across America. We laid some wreaths down at the Jacksonville National Cemetery, and it was early, man. We got up before the sun, and we got out there to unload these wreaths and get them ready. So I brought some coffee for everybody from Forto, and people love it. It was good stuff. So Forto's back in. They're all in on Genesis Rally and giving us all the product that you guys want and need to get you guys powered and ready to go. Speedway Boomerang 2 is a go. It's for sale now, and early bird is available to the first 10 people only to get that lower price. The vinyl decals are on the website, but something else is pretty exciting, and it's coming up in like 3 weeks, and that's going to come up really quick because of Santa Claus coming next week and the holiday. But Kevin over at Jacksonville Area Mopar, he has put together the first annual Jacksonville Area Mopar poker run, and it's to benefit Homes for Our Troops. All the money raised is going to go to building homes for these guys, and it's awesome. So 5 stops. It's all right here in Northeast Florida. It's basically a one-day rally for those of you that have never done a poker run. I'm not good at poker. I don't know how to play poker. And that is totally irrelevant here. I've never done a poker run, but I'm really excited about this. So you got 5 stops, and at each of the 5 stops, you are dealt a card at random. So there's no skill required here. I just got to drive. So the best hand wins a prize. The worst hand wins a prize. And then there's going to be a raffle for more prizes at the end. And all the money raised is again, it's going to go to Homes for Our Troops. So I'm looking at this right now. It's Saturday, January 19th. I told you guys it's coming up quick. I'm reading the flyer. It says awards and after party, 6 p.m. at Monkey's Uncle out at Jack's Beach. Starts at 11 a.m. Obviously, it ends at 6. Live music, 50-50 raffle. There's going to be barbecue. It's going to be awesome. So I know Kevin's working on some really sweet prizes for this. Obviously, you can buy more raffle tickets for more chances to win. So I know he's got a lot of stuff in the hopper that he's working on. But we wanted to hook up Kevin. Kevin's a good buddy, and he supports us, and we certainly support him in Jacksonville Area Mopar. But we all support our troops. And so we wanted to do everything we could to help generate some excitement and help raise money. So Nick and I talked, and we are going to give a rally to somebody that day. Mm-hmm. And it could be you. We don't know who's going to win it. Someone will win the raffle, and they will get Speedway Boomerang 2, $165 value. They will get it for free. They will get to get their car on Daytona International Speedway. They're going to get free lunch at Pusser's Grill in Ponte Vedra Beach. They're going to get the after party with a cigar at Aromas. They're going to get the swag. They're going to get the rally kit. They're going to get it all. So we have given that to Kevin. I actually just got off the phone with Kevin not 20 minutes ago, and he's been made aware of this. So we're going to post that on Genesis Rally's Facebook page and Instagram. And Kevin's going to be posting it in his poker run and on the Jacksonville area Mopar page. He's going to make sure that everyone knows your chance to win your way into the Speedway Boomerang 2, October 5th, is going to be at the poker run for Jacksonville area Mopar to raise money for the Homes for Our Troops.
Yeah, and that's really, the troops are they definitely need our support in any way we can. And I would say this too, if you are going to buy into the Speedway Boomerang 2 and you happen to win the raffle to get the car, find, if it's no difference to you, find a service member, active or retired, and give it to them. Let them experience the Speedway Boomerang. I mean, you obviously don't have to. If you win it, we'd love to have you on there. But if you're already going anyway, man, make someone's day. Give them some memories they'll never forget. Because that's what happens on the Speedway Boomerang.
Yep, that's exactly it, man. We were sitting at Aroma's having cigars and sitting by that fire, and man, the conversations that were being had. And I think we said it in our last podcast we did when we were kind of recapping the first Boomerang, but people, when they were getting up to leave, they weren't just like, oh, okay, well, looking at their buddy to their left, see ya. I mean, people were like making their rounds, saying bye to everybody, and people were like hugging each other. Some of the people knew each other, but a lot of these were people that just met that day. They didn't have anything in common other than their car enthusiasts and they wanted to drive at Daytona. I mean, people literally get to know each other out on these things, and they just have a freaking blast. And a lot of those people, they've stayed in touch, man. I mean, it's only been a month, but they've stayed in touch on our Facebook page. They're talking smack. They're egging each other on. They're taunting each other. I just Darius and his burnt orange Daytona, he told a funny story that night about he thought I was bullying him. I don't know if I should say that on a podcast in 2018.
But the reason why is out of the norm. I mean, you were revving up as you were driving past his house.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've got a Daytona. He's got a Daytona. That's what we drive. They're Charger Daytonas. And when I see another Charger Daytona, like all you Jeep guys, I used to have a Jeep. You got the Jeep Wave, right? You got the Jeep Wave. Well, I just see another Daytona and I get all excited. And so I'm like, hey, like, we're buds. And I start like revving my engine. I'm like, look at us. We're Daytonas. And so here's what I didn't know. Okay. I would see Darius every freaking morning. Like we had the same schedule almost. Like every morning about the same time, about the same intersection, we saw each other when we were heading to work. So I would see him and I would like rev my engine and I'd take off on him. I was kind of like Daytona flirting. I mean, I certainly didn't mean any harm by it. Here's what I didn't know. Darius just bought that Charger Daytona. He's like new to the muscle car thing, new to the Daytona thing. So I'm doing this like every morning when I see him, he's sitting there going, what is happening? Do I do it back? Like what is going on? And so finally I go to my sister's house and I realize, son of a bitch, that's that burnt orange Daytona in that driveway. He lives in my sister's neighborhood. I happen to drive by. So I got out of my car and I just went and knocked on the door. That's even weirder saying it. But I just went and knocked on the door and he opened the door and I was like, hey man, I have the orange Daytona. And he started laughing. He's like, man, you're always messing with me every morning. And anyways, that's how I got to know him and I invited him on the rally. And now he's in, Jacksonville area Mopar and the car club with us and everything. And I ran into him at the mall not too long ago. So we're buddies now, but he's telling this story that night. Like I straight up am bullying him and everyone was laughing. So about a week ago, I was leaving my sister's house and I literally got a video on my cell phone, like a selfie video, revving my engine outside his house and taking off. Not 2 minutes later, my phone goes off. It's a message from Darius and he goes, that was you. I know it was you. My son asked, what was that, Daddy? So people get to know each other, man. And we just have a good time. So,
and there were three moments on the Speedway Boomerang 1 where people who didn't know each other became friends or had this bond. And one was at the end of the drive, getting to Daytona. Everyone had all their stories from the trip down. There was when we got off the track and we got back in the parking lot. I mean, then it was like a bunch of toddlers, and kids, just couldn't be happier talking to each other about all the cool stuff that had just happened. And the third time, which was different but equally important, was at Aroma's by the fire. Everyone it was just story time, and it was awesome. So the camaraderie that happens on these things is something that's really special.
Yep. If you haven't heard it, it's not a video that I did. It's not a video that Nick did. It's not a video that was staged, and it's why the video is being used. If you didn't hear it when we played the audio on the podcast, or you haven't seen the video yet, go to genesisrally.com. Go to the Genesis Rally Facebook page. And we posted the announcement video for Speedway Boomerang 2. It's a video that Marty shot from his car on the track with his phone. And it is as raw and organic as it gets. And it tells that story as to what people experience. And it's why we used it in the announcement. He's just floored. Yes, sir. Whoa. Just excited. And you can see him driving on the track. And then you can hear it kind of process and sink in. And he's like, I am never, ever going to forget this.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we posted that video announcing Speedway Boomerang 2, I'll be damned if he didn't comment within 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, and this time I'm bringing the Viper truck. And he is just so excited. So we had a blast. We could sit here and talk about it all night, obviously, but we're going to do it again. People were begging us to do it again. We're going to do it again, and it's awesome to see everyone just as excited as we were. So it's available now, where you got a chance to win your way in, participate in the poker run for charity. Saturday, January 19th. That's on the Jacksonville area Mopar page, or message us if you're having trouble finding it, and we'll send it to you. What else, Nick? Anything?
No, that's pretty much it. Just again, this will not be our only rally in 2019. We just wanted to lock this one in now. We will have more. There will be one in Q1. There will be another one in Q2, and probably some shorter, smaller ones in between. So stay tuned for sure.
Absolutely. See you guys.